Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Manley, Tell the American Roman Podcast. Hope everybody's doing great today. I know this time of year, a lot of people have, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of people have what they call seasonal depression. And I've dealt with this too, a little bit. Mine kind of started when I lost my first child. I was married, and my first daughter was born with a congenital heart defect. She was actually born on the 24th of November of that year. And she survived for a month. And for those of you who can do the math, that means she survived and passed away on Christmas Eve, which was a very difficult experience for me. I didn't deal with it well, to say the least. Of course, I was young and I was still very mature about everything. But my mentality was, well, especially with me being in the military and shipping out to Iraq within a month after she passed, I wasn't planning on coming back at the time. God had other stuff in mind, but my plan was to go pass away, kind of do a dead man's run at some point and get my wife at the time the life insurance policy the military gave and all the extra benefits, because it did break me. But over the years, when I had my psychotic break and was hospitalized in 2011, God kind of sent me a subtle message, and helped me to understand it. All things work for those, all things work for good for those that are called to God's purpose. And even the bad stuff, which sucks going through, they do serve a purpose. We just might not be able to see it at the time. Over the years of maturing and surviving everything, the good that I saw, or I could find in that event, was the start of a wake-up call for me. I wasn't ready to be a dad. I wasn't capable. Not that I've done the best job in the world with Alex, but I've been blessed immensely with that kid. And I've done the best of my ability. Better than some. But it was the start of not just telling me that I wasn't ready for being a dad, I wasn't even ready to be married. You know, that whole relationship was a series of bad choices and decisions by both me and my wife at the time. Neither one of us should have ever decided to get married to each other. But I wouldn't change anything because I have Alex. Then later on in the years, after that, which you never really get over the loss of a child. You know, and that's just all there is to it. You know, children are supposed to bury their parents, not vice versa. You just, I guess you go a tolerance to the pain, I guess would be the right way of saying it. Because I still think about one May, especially this time of year. You know, she'd be Alex's older sister. And I wonder the what ifs. But it's also one of the reasons I do believe in multiverse theory. You know, it does kind of help bring me some hope. Because somewhere out there, one May did make it. You know, somewhere that guy was ready, or more ready. But beyond that, that was my first traumatic experience around this time of year. Well, I wouldn't say my first, but the biggest, the landmark, as it were. Later on through the years, things just kind of, whether it was self-fulfilling prophecy or just luck or the mysteries of God's workings, things would happen around this time of year. From Thanksgiving to December. Me and Alex, as a child, would get made homeless. Things would occur, and I'd end up spending the holidays in jail. Deaths in the family. Other deaths, you know, or something. But I felt tied to that one verse. And even though I feel my feelings, I feel the way I do, you know, feelings lie. Bottom line. But you have to go through them. You don't have to react to them. And experiencing them and still being able to be productive and not get stuck in the clinical depression, unless of course you may have a chemical imbalance, which, you know, seek medical attention. You know, is learning lessons. But my seasonal depression hasn't been as bad this year, or actually the last 2 years, as it has been in the past. I'm aware of this situation I have with the seasonal depression, and I have built a fairly decent support system, though it is fairly small. Quality over quantity, you know. At least that's my, that's my take on it. And I take advantage of my support system. You know, my brother, my kids, my son-in-law, other people in my community. I do participate in recovery, so I use people in that aspect of my life. You have to use the tools, because you may not be able to go without some of the symptoms of the depression, but they can be managed, and it doesn't have to be necessarily, for lack of a better way of putting it, a necessary hell for you. And this is what's helped me so far, and this is what I'm going to continue doing. We're going to continue to try to work on it. But this is just something that I was hoping could help someone else. And if anyone else has anything to add or anything, by all means, please comment. If you want to correct me about anything, hey, run it, comment. Like, subscribe, share. All the basic YouTube stuff. And let's see here.